Good morning, boys and girls. I just wanted to make a video practicing our math routines that we do daily in the classroom so you won't lose what you practice each day during this downtime that we have from school. So the first thing we're going to start with is these cards. They should look very familiar, our green cards. So remember that when you're practicing this, you can use this video over and over each day or every other day. This is a video that you can view more than one time and participating in by yourself at home. Okay, so when I hold the card up, you know the drill. We're going to say what we see. All right, now when I hold the cards up, I want you to say what you do not see. Remember, this is what you do not see. Okay, now when I hold the cards up, I want you to make a number sentence with my card. Remember, when we make our number sentences in the classroom, we start by saying the number of what we see first, okay? So for example, this one would be 5 plus 5 equals 10. So here we go. And the last one. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen and we're going to look at a few other things that we do in our math routine. All right, so these are a few other things that we do during our math routine when we start math in the afternoon. So skip counting is very important. This is a time where you can actually pause this video that I'm sending you and review skip counting, also your odd and even numbers. Remember, when we're talking about an odd number, there's always going to be an odd man out, okay? That means that there's not going to be a fair share. So we've used the example of you and your best friend having cookies and being able to share. Remember that I do not mean breaking the cookies in half. I mean leaving the cookies whole while we do this. Also, you know, when you have an even number, that means that you have a fair share, which means you and your best friend could share them equally. We talk about this daily in the classroom. Also, remember that the even and odd numbers listed on the screen right now are not the only odd and even numbers. They continue to go throughout the numbers, okay? So be sure that you're practicing that daily at home. Also, skip counting. These right here, counting by threes, fours, fives, tens, 25s, and hundreds. This is something you can practice every day at home. You know, after a while, you should be able to practice without having to look at your charts. Some of these you should be able to do already without looking, okay? So if you need to, pause the video and practice your skip count. Also, this is another way that we've been skip counting in the classroom. We've been skip counting by 2s, 5s, and 10s using our hundreds chart, okay? So this is another great way. Also, something else you could do with your hundreds chart is be sure and look at what you see. Just stop, pause the video, and look at the hundreds chart and notice maybe some of the patterns that you see and think those through, okay? Also, we've been talking about parts of a clock. We haven't really studied clocks in depth in the classroom other than naming the shorthand to be the hour hand and the longhand to be the minute hand. We've also discussed what the minute hand means, okay? That there are 60 tiny little notches that go all the way around the clock that makes 1 hour. The minute hand has to go all the way around for the hour hand to go up to the next hour. Also remember that we also talked about skip counting by 5s when we're looking for our minute hand on our clock. Okay, these are just some things for you to review over. All right, polygons. All of these shapes are polygons. We just got done doing some lessons on shapes. Okay, so you can also pause the video at this time and practice naming each shape. Also remember that while you're naming each shape, that we also practiced what some of these represented. For example, the triangle. We talked about every day how tri means 3. So that means that it has 3 sides and 3 angles. Also remember that when you're talking about a pentagon, penta means 5. So that means it has 5 sides and 5 angles. Also remember, probably in kindergarten or pre-K, you probably called the rhombus a diamond. Okay, but we call it rhombus as you grow into other grades. Also, the hexagon. Hexa means 6. So that means it has 6 sides and 6 angles. So be sure you remember those, okay? Also, we talked about the shapes that we just looked at. These were our 2D regular flat shapes, okay? So these are our 3-dimensional shapes. Be sure that you're practicing these as well. One final thing for us to look at is our Miss Piggy. Okay, on here you see all the coins. We practice these daily. You see the names and how much they are worth. It's very important that you're also looking at the questions on the side of the page. This is something that we were doing every day during our math routine. These questions are all similar. How many pennies makes $1 or 100 cents? Remember that we talked about $1 not just being called $1. You have to have 100 cents in order for it to equal $1. Okay, so these are very important. Be sure that you're practicing these questions and thinking about money. You know, maybe get your parents to get you out some real money and look at and say what each is worth. Count some, okay? And that's it. So boys and girls, I'm very happy to send you this video, and I hope that you are still learning and growing at home. I miss all of you very much, and I can't wait to see you again on Zoom.